Reports emerged that Red Bull were interested in acquiring Torino. Current owner Urbano Cairo has denied that he's selling the club, but a number of Italian news sources have confirmed that Cairo met with Red Bull representatives. I mean, it's fair to say that if this deal does go through, this would be absolutely massive, wouldn't it, Matteo?
Yeah, I think so, especially given Torino's history, right? What they achieved, the whole disaster with Superga when the plane that had the whole team went down, the team that was dominating not just in Italy but in Europe, and they've never really been able to pick up the pieces since then. You know, the reality of Torino, especially in the 21st century, is a club that's gone down to Serie B, that's mid-table, that sometimes is fighting for salvation. And Urbano Cairo, despite him, you know, being a pretty good owner and, you know, he does what he can, he's never going to be able to bring Torino, I think, to a European spot. And once you're in the Red Bull umbrella, it just opens you up to a different level of finances, a different level of scouting. Suddenly you get the entire, you know, they have scouts in every single continent, every single country, basically.
Jurgen Klopp too now, right?
And now Jurgen Klopp gets the schmooze with your manager, the new, what's his name? The new manager?
For who? Vanoldi?
Yeah, Vanoldi. He gets to have a few cocktails with him, you know, talk about stuff and fly first class.
How would the fans feel about Red Bull coming in, though? Because it's been a bit controversial, hasn't it, for teams that they've taken over elsewhere?
I don't think for Italians. I think we'll take it. I mean, think about it. For the Torino fans, we'll take anything. It's true. That's a one aspect that Italy has gotten wrong. I'll stick up for Serie A for a long time, but business-wise, we have not done good enough. And we saw the best finish that they've had is 7th place, which for a team like Torino, if you understand the history, my grandpa used to always tell me that Torino was one of the best teams he's ever seen. He used to compare it to like Barcelona. They were the team that if you were from Torino, you would support them. Now think about it. Any kid that's under 14 years old is only a Juventus fan because they're the team that would dominate in that area. And I think the fans, they want that back. Also, Toro means bull, Red Bull. I think it's a great fix.
I like that.
That's nice, right?
That was very good.
What makes Red Bull look at Torino and say you'd be a good fit for us?
History. Torino has a lot of history in the Serie A, 7 Scudetti. As I said in the past, the storyline of bringing back a team that quite literally passed away and was dismantled and deserves to be on the top. And I think Red Bull wants to get into Italian football.
I think it sounds great, but I would still be cautious about it because at the end of the day, they have a structure in place. There's no guarantee that Torino is going to be top of the tree in what they want to do. Are you really going to be the priority club, or are you just going to be part of something that they built this foundation-wise where you're just going to join a group, but you're not going to be priority? So for the fans, yes, it sounds great. We've got Red Bull, but how much priority are they going to give to Torino? How much are they really going to put into Torino to say, we really want to be competitive, we really want to be in the Champions League, we want you guys to be our club in Serie A, to be the big Italian club. So it's yet to be seen.
Wouldn't it be a step up anyway? Because you've got that stepping stone, almost like pyramid, haven't you?
I mean, look at what they did with Leipzig, right? Leipzig was not a team that was a mainstay in the Bundesliga, and now they're in European competitions. They're in the Champions League. Torino's a different level than what Leipzig has been historically. Torino's also in a very wealthy city in Italy with a big population. There's a big fan base, people that go generations and generations. Torino means a lot to the people of Torino, of the actual city of Turin. So for this new money to come in and everything they do globally, I think this is a big step up from the reality of where they are now, which is like 8th place if things go well, if things don't, lower part of the table. It's not very exciting right now to be a Torino fan, knowing also that you lose some of your best players. Look what happened to center back Alessandro Buongiorno. That's the reality of the club, but I think Red Bull brings a new reality, which is exciting, Poppy.